Hey everyone, welcome to the course, and in this lecture we are going to learn how we can test our API that we developed in earlier lecture with the help of a Postman, which is a web service API testing tool. So to test, or in order to test our web service that we developed, what all we need is first thing, the access token to our Salesforce environment. How you can get that access token is like using OAuth 2.0. You can get that access token, and we already saw how we can do in the previous lectures. And then we need the Apex REST API endpoint. These are the two things that we need. So to get the Apex REST API endpoint, how we can do that is, let's quickly get back to our Salesforce environment. So here, this is our Salesforce environment, and this is the class that we developed into the previous lecture. Now, as we discussed, we also saw how we can test this using Workbench. Now we wanted to test this using API testing tool, how we can do that. So first thing is that we need access token that you can get with the help of OAuth 2.0, either using web service flow or using password flow that we already saw into the previous lectures. Second thing is that we need to get the URL that we actually need to hit. So how we will get that URL? So we talked that the URL will be combination of the base URL, the base URL of your Salesforce environment. This is what the base URL is, and then we need to append here. We are saying that we wanted to access some service, and the service is type Apex REST, and then we have to put our endpoint URL that we are putting inside URL mapping. So once we will concatenate all these things, we will be able to get the actual URL that we are trying to hit into the from our Postman API testing tool. And then here, as we develop this method to return the account information along with cases and contacts, we have to pass some account record ID that we will get from account records, and we will see what information we are getting. So this is how you can get the URL or the complete URL even once you will get the access token. So in order to construct the URL from the access token that you will get, so once you will try to get the access token, you will get response like this. You will be getting access token. Then here is an instance URL. Again, we have got this instance URL. Suppose that you wanted to construct the URL here, you can use instance URL. Then let's say that we are trying to hit some services which is of type Apex REST, and then we have to provide our endpoint URL that is that we have inside our class, which is version 1 and account. Even while you will be getting the access token, you will be getting the instance URL along with that as well. Now we have got this, so let's quickly, even I also have that access token with me because I use password authentication to get the access token, and I have got that. And now let's quickly copy the URL from our Salesforce environment. Now we have this ID, and we are going to use ID here to access that URL. How we will do here? So we have opened this Postman for us. We are going to replace the URL. This is our URL which we wanted to hit, and the method is get, because this is we have implemented our class with the get method that we are using here. And then we need to make sure that we are passing content type as application by JSON, because we wanted to get the data in JSON. And then what we'll accept is application by JSON. These are the two key things that even we saw into our previous lecture while we were testing the API using Workbench. Now we need to pass one thing, that is authorization. And in the authorization, what we need to pass is, if we get back to our token response, we saw here token type is bearer. We need to copy that here and then paste, and then provide any space, copy your access token which you have got, and then use that access token after the space. Now we have given the authorization. That means it's an authorized request which is trying to access account information from a system. Now if we send this, you can see here we are getting 200 status scores, which is okay, and we are getting the information. We are getting contact list, which has only one record. We are getting case list which has two records, and then we are getting account record here, the information that we are sending from our Apex class. Now what if I wanted to change the value of account ID? What will happen? Let's try to send this. Now you can see here we don't have any contact list, we don't have any case records, and even we don't have information about that account, and still we are getting the status code as 200. So this is how you can access your API with the help of a workbench. And even if you want to make some changes into your Apex class, saying that if we don't have any account record, we wanted to send some other information, you can send some other information from here as well. But you have to make sure that you are whatever information you are returning is of account wrapper type, or then if you don't, then you need to make the changes. So this is it for this lecture. We will see you into the next lecture with some other methods that we can develop with the help of Apex REST. Thank you.